In the last video that we talked about the new parole in place for U.S. citizen spouses, we discussed a little bit about what you could be doing now in order to prepare for the filing of your application later this summer or whenever the Federal Register comes out with the new regulations and the effective date. So I wanted to give you an idea of the documents that you can use because the burden is on the applicant to prove that they have been here for the past 10 years. So this is what you can be doing now, not submitting your application, but rather begin to gather these documents, right? So we want to be able to show that you have been here since the time that you entered, hopefully 10 years ago as of June 17th, 2024, through the present. So you want to be able to provide documents throughout each year, at least, maybe bank statements for several of those years throughout those months, employment records, copies of pay stubs, W-2 records if you've been working, any training or attendance for courses or certificates that you might have received, school transcripts, participation awards or certificates. You really need to be creative and think back what all you have done. If you have really been here for 10 years, you're going to have a lot of documents. It's just going to take a little bit of time to begin to gather all those things. We said bank statements, tax returns, if you filed them, are great evidence. That's what's called primary evidence. House or rent payments, apartment payments, so any receipts or money orders, or how have you been paying your rent or a mortgage even. U.S. credit card statements, even the statement from each credit card showing where you've been. If you shopped at the grocery store, it'll say how much you were on such and such date, you charged this amount. Any driver's licenses that you've been issued from other states, it'll show an issue date. Obviously you were there, right? Even if they're expired, they can be used. Auto insurance policies are really good as well. Photographs in front of landmarks with a date and time stamped on it. Memberships in different organizations that you may have been a part of in the past or in the present. Medical records are also great evidence. So think about who you visited. Maybe you were even in a hospital stay, an emergency visit. Go and get those records. Those things take time. Proof of medical insurance. Those are all really, really great pieces of evidence. A lot of people just want to submit statements from 10 different people that can attest that you were here. And that's what we call secondary evidence. And that's fine, but that will not get your case approved. You need to think about what other documents can you really provide along with those statements to show that you really have been here for the past 10 years. So this is the action step that we can take now in order to begin to get ready for when that effective date for the parole in place comes out. And I would say even stepchildren to begin to do this for any possible stepchildren that can qualify in this place too. So, and for the parole in place, DACA students that may be eligible under a new program that might come out as well through this parole in place, proof of lawful status here with your DACA. Obviously they have your records for DACA, but anything else that you have, begin to gather those things as they will become very, very important. And you don't want to delay in filing a parole in place if you're eligible, because you never know if there is an injunction and the courts or immigration stops processing these cases. You want to be the first ones to be submitted, to be able to be submitted and filed and pending if any negative action does happen after the effective date. So get prepared, do it now, have all of your documents, everything in place, get organized. This is the time to do it. If you have any questions, if you want to walk through your specific case, please give us a call. Or you can schedule your own 15-minute consultation online, and we would be happy to discuss your case with you to see how you might qualify, or if you qualify, and what documents you, in your specific situation, would be helpful. We look forward to speaking to you.